Even the slightest imagination of rich people brings an image of Jeff Bezos and other tech billionaires into our mind. And yeah, we are not at all wrong in that. I mean, they are, without any doubt, the richest people on this planet. But today we are gonna talk about a man who is neither a tech billionaire nor an American. In fact, he is not even from the Western world. The man we are gonna talk about in this video is an Indian. No, not Mukesh Ambani. We are talking about Indian billionaire industrialist Gautam Adani. Gautam Adani is an Indian billionaire entrepreneur and industrialist. He is the founder of the Ahmedabad-based multinational conglomerate called Adani Group. The company is involved in port development and operations in India. Recently, Adani was under the spotlight, after emerging as Asia's second richest man with a net worth of $67 billion, just behind fellow Indian business tycoon, Mukesh Ambani, who continues to be India's richest man for the 10th straight year, according to the IIFL Wealth Hurin India Rich List 2021. Who is Gautam Adani? Gautam Adani was born in the city of Ahmedabad in India on the 24th of June 1962. His father was a textile merchant. Born into a business family, he undoubtedly inherited his forefathers' business acumen, but did not develop any interest in the family's textile business. Gautam has 7 siblings and his parents had migrated from the small town of Tharad in the northern part of Gujarat in hopes of securing greater opportunities for their family. After completing his schooling from Ahmedabad, he enrolled in a bachelor's degree in commerce at Gujarat University. He soon realized that academics were not for him and he wanted to do something big. He dreamt of making his name in the world of business. As a result, Gautam shocked many by dropping out of college after the second year. In 1978, as a teenager, Adani moved to Mumbai, the city of dreams, with only about $1 in his pocket to seek his fortunes. He worked as a diamond trader for Mahindra Brothers for more than 2 years, where he found great success within years and became a millionaire by the time he was 20. He established his own diamond brokerage firm at Zaveri Bazaar, the unrivaled jewelry market of Mumbai. But he returned home on the behest of his brother to help him run a small plastics factory. In 1985, Adani started importing primary polymers for small-scale industries. An entrepreneur at heart, in 1988 Gautam Adani founded Adani Exports Limited. Today, Adani Export is known as Adani Enterprises Limited, which is the Adani Group's flagship company. Originally, Adani Export dealt in power and agricultural commodities, but the liberalization and economic reforms of 1991 boosted Adani's business and increased revenues and profits for his company. The favorable business environment allowed Adani to expand his company to encompass coal mining, ports, power generation, agri-infrastructure, edible oil transmission and gas distribution, among other ventures. Adani Exports Limited is involved in port development and operations in India. In 1993, the government of Gujarat opened the door for private companies to bid to run the Mundra port, and in 1995 Adani won the contract. It was initially operated by Mundra Port Special Economic Zone Limited, which was later expanded into the Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited, APSEZ. It later became India's largest private multi-port operator. He is known for being a risk-taker whose business strategy revolves heavily around excessive leverage and political patronage. His phenomenal success as a first-generation entrepreneur often leads to comparisons with another great Indian entrepreneur, Dhirubhai Ambani, the founder of Reliance Industries. The evolution. One of the most important reasons behind Adani's success is his farsightedness and risk-taking appetite. Instead of bounding himself to his initial business only, he took risks and invested in unorthodox and futuristic businesses. In 1996, Gautam Adani founded Adani Power Limited. It is the power business subsidiary of the Adani Group. Adani Power holds 4,620 megawatts thermal power plants. Adani Power Limited is the largest private thermal power producer in India. Adani entered the power generation business in 2006. Adani shot into the international limelight when he won a coal project in Australia in 2010. He acquired Abbott Point Port and Carmichael Coal in Australia. After spending more than 2 decades building a business empire centered around coal, Adani is now looking beyond fossil fuel to cement his group's future. The Adani Group has shifted their focus to green energy. Recently, Adani said that the infrastructure conglomerate will invest between 50 to 70 billion in organic and inorganic growth opportunities across the entire energy value chain over the next decade. Over the next decade, we will invest over 20 billion United States dollars in renewable energy generation. Our overall organic and inorganic investments across the entire green energy value chain will range between 50 billion and 70 billion, he said. Adani Group is not sitting still. We are tripling our solar power generation capacity over the next 4 years. This is a rate of growth currently unmatched by any other company anywhere on the planet. This puts us well on track to be the world's largest renewable power generating company by 2030, he said. Another venture of Adani faces fewer headwinds. He has plans for defense manufacturing, heeding India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's calls to cut reliance on expensive military imports. He is also scaling up production of solar panels and modules, boosting Modi's Make in India initiative. Adani Enterprises Limited has partnered Edge Connex, a leading data center operator, to develop 1 gigawatt (GW) of data center capacity over the next decade. One of Adani's biggest achievements is that in less than 2 years it has gained control of 7 airports and almost a quarter of India's air traffic. Adani Group plans to launch an initial public offer, IPO, of its airport business. Adani's is also attracting foreign capital as Warburg invested 110 million in Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone, while France's Total took its total investment in Adani Green to 2.5 billion. Hot topics. It is a matter of course that with immense wealth, controversies will also find their way. Gautam Adani has always been surrounded by controversies. He has come under attack from climate activists including Greta Thunberg. A Stop Adani campaign by environmentalists disrupted development, with pressure building on lenders to turn off the credit tap after Adani's acquisition of Australian coal mines. Adani said the project's goals were energy security for India and jobs for locals. Adani has been at the center of another controversy that got louder especially after Narendra Modi became Prime Minister of India in 2014. Opponents of the powerful leader say Adani's success is largely due to his closeness to Modi. The Adani Group rejected the claims. He was also under attack by a report by critics which stated that the federal government under Modi relaxed airport bidding rules, helping Adani's group qualify despite having shown no prior experience running an airport. The Adani Group rejected those claims and said it won through a competitive process. There's also a very shocking fact about Gautam Adani. In 1998, well before he was recognized as the second richest man in Asia, Adani caught the attention of 2 gangsters, who wanted to extort him for money. According to reports, Adani and his companion Shantilal Patel were allegedly stopped at gunpoint in a car as they were leaving the Karnavati Club in Ahmedabad, India. A scooter forced the car to stop and a group of men then abducted Adani and Patel in a van. The kidnappers were allegedly able to extort roughly 2 million from Adani's family before letting him free. On November 26, 2008, another horrific incident took place in Adani's life as Adani was having dinner at Mumbai's famous the Taj Mahal Palace with Dubai Port CEO Mohammed Sharif, when the hotel was attacked by 10 Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists. Because their table was high up, Adani was able to see that the terrorists were fighting in the direction of the swimming pool passage. Resourceful hotel staff helped him and other guests escape to the basement before relocating to a chamber hall on the upper floor. They spent the night hiding there, eventually rescued by security personnel the following morning. The boom. Adani left many jaws dropped as his net worth surged by $32.7 billion in the year 2021. This has made him the year's biggest wealth gainer, beating even Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, who have tussled in 2021 for the title of world's richest. Gautam Adani family earned $150 million per day in the last 1 year to quadruple their wealth to $67 billion from $18.7 billion a year ago. Damn, that's a huge amount of money being made. Philanthropic works. The Adani Group is involved in a lot of philanthropic work through the Adani Foundation. The foundation operates in several states in India and focuses on activities related to education, sustainable livelihood opportunities, broadening rural infrastructure, etc. His wife runs the Adani Vidya Mandir, a school in Ahmedabad which admits only those children whose parents have an annual income less than 100,000 Indian rupees. The foundation has a special scheme for helping fisher folks and provides financial assistance to 500 fishermen of the coastal taluka for purchasing fishing equipment. Educational facilities are provided for the fishermen's children. 10 years ago, who would have thought that India and Indian entrepreneurs could make this big? But a powerful leadership, positive business policies and Make in India initiative have helped the businesses inside India boom to a higher level. As Jeff Bezos predicted in an interview that this century belongs to India, and it will be an Indian century, we can see the early changes as there's an Indian businessman in the $100 billion club. Yes, you heard it right. According to Bloomberg, Asia's richest person Mukesh Ambani's net worth crossed the $100 billion mark. Thank you for watching. Do give a thumbs up if you like the video. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe.